So you are?
I'm Inspector Creed. I'm perfectly happy with you filming. No
Fine.
problem with you filming whatsoever.
Cool.
It's just the fact that you're on the police premises here.
Yeah,
and
but
we do ask the public to remain on the
Yeah,
public
there's no
area.
signage. There's no signage. There's nothing blocking me
Well, you've
from
just
stopping me from walking round.
Well, there is a barrier there.
Yeah, that's for
and there's
cars.
a fence there.
That's for cars. I didn't jump over anything.
Okay.
Yeah.
Is there anything I can help you with at all?
Yeah, you can stop abusing my rights and let me film. That's what you said.
I'm not stopping you filming.
Okay then.
No problem with you filming
Well, I
at all.
can film in the car park. There's nothing stopping me from filming in the car park.
As part of our insurance reasons, as well as the security of the site, we don't allow members of the public on here. So that's why I'm asking you to leave and move out onto the public area. You can either go out here or you can go onto the public access area there. It's entirely up to you.
The inspector's very first move is to accuse Yardley of being on private police property, but Yardley immediately dismantles that claim. He points out the obvious. There are no signs, no warnings. Nothing indicating that the space is restricted. Legally, the public can't be accused of trespassing if there's no clear notice that an area is off limits. Access restrictions must be made explicit. They can't be assumed. When the inspector insists that the presence of a barrier proves it's private, Yardley corrects him again, explaining that it's a vehicle barrier, not a pedestrian one, and he didn't cross or climb over anything to enter. That distinction matters. Walking into an open, unmarked area is lawful. Trespass only applies when someone knowingly enters a place they're not permitted to. In this case, the inspector had nothing to back up his accusation. As the footage continues, Yardley steps behind the gate into the section the inspector had earlier confirmed was acceptable to film from, only to be met by two visibly agitated officers.
First.
Well, I'm doing my job.
No, you're not. No, you're not. Step away, go away, get lost. I'm not listening to you. Do not talk to me. Listen, stop talking to me. No, I'm not going to listen to you. And if you touch me, right, that's going to be an assault as well. So just look, you've got your hands up. You've got your hands up. Right, so excuse out of my way, please. Excuse out of my way. Excuse out of my way.
You can film.
Oh, listen to me. Please get out of my way. Please get out of my way. Get out of my way. Let me pass.
Holds the right to restrict your access. Okay, you're more than welcome to film on the public bits, but we can't have you filming by the gate, obviously, because it's got a keypad. Okay, which is a private
I'm not listening
access.
to you what you're saying. You're just talking. No, I'm not. You're talking to yourself, and I'm going forward. And I'm going forward. Do not listen. You're standing right in front of me. Right. So I'm. Why not?
Because it's an implied right of access.
No, listen. I've got a right of access. I've been told. Okay, by an inspector. By an inspector.
And this right of access is now being revoked.
No, we'll go and get an inspector to revoke it because I've been told by an inspector that I can film here.
I don't need an
No, I've been told that I can film here.
What I am happy
I've been told. No. Listen.
What's upsetting you?
Nothing. Well, you're upsetting me because you're not doing your job. He just went and threatened me.
Right, but the reason I hear...
No. He just went and threatened me.
The officers then attempt to force Yardley away from the gate, even though he's standing squarely on public property. One of them incorrectly insists that the implied right of access gives police the authority to move. Him say, but that's simply wrong. Implied access applies only when a member of the public enters private land for a lawful purpose, such as approaching a home or business. It has nothing to do with someone already positioned on public ground, so the officers had no lawful power to remove him. Yardley calmly reminds them that the inspector himself had confirmed he was allowed to stand there, which should have ended the discussion. Instead, the officer doubles down, claiming that the permission has now been revoked. But only the landowner or an authorized representative can revoke access. And again, Yardley wasn't even on private land. To make matters worse, the officer goes on to say he doesn't need the inspector's authorization, a statement that perfectly highlights just how uninformed and heavy-handed his approach really was.
He just went and threatened me. So you're telling me somebody can threaten you anywhere, but all you're worrying about is me not filming in a place of...
moment, yes.
Yeah. Why? Who started the initial crime? Who initially evoked a crime?
At the moment, I'm here because you're here.
No.
Filming in a place you're
Well, you
not allowed
shouldn't
to
be.
film.
You should be after that guy first because he's getting away. Who is he?
At the moment, I
Who's
don't
that
know.
bloke?
I don't know.
Why don't you know that?
Because I don't work with him.
So how are you going to find him?
Well, we've got CCTV. I'll identify.
Okay.
What I'm more concerned about at the moment.
No, I'm not going nowhere. I've been told that I can film it. I can.
You can, but you
I can
can't
film it.
here.
I can film it. No, and I'm telling you that I've been told by an inspector that I can film here. Okay, Inspector Creed. Okay, Now, off you go, because this is what he said, okay? I can film here. So unless another inspector comes down and wants to tell me that, no, I'm not going to take it from you.
I have the right to tell you can't film it.
No, you're not going to supersede the inspector because he told me that I can film it.
From my sergeant and from my inspector.
No. Which inspector? Who's the inspector?
Inspector Cutter.
Okay, where's Inspector Cutter?
He's in the building.
Okay, we'll go and get Inspector Cutter to come out and tell me.
I'm asking you.
No, and I'm politely refusing and I'm declining because I've already been told by Inspector Creed that I can film here. So
we have.
I don't believe you. I don't believe you.
Overrule that.
I don't believe you.
This exchange perfectly illustrates how far the officers were willing to bend the truth to justify their actions. Yardley repeatedly reminds them that an inspector had already confirmed he was allowed to film from that exact location, a point that should have ended the conversation immediately. Instead, one officer claims that a different inspector had supposedly said the opposite. Yet when Yardley asks to speak with that inspector, the officer refuses to produce them. Then, when Yardley again mentions Inspector Creed's approval, the officer boldly asserts, "We have the right to overrule that." That claim is nonsensical. A constable has no authority to overrule an inspector. That's not how the police rank structure operates, and the law doesn't change to suit personal opinion. The reality is simple. Filming in public is completely lawful, and no officer, and regardless of rank, has the power to rewrite that fact.
Hey, do you know something? You're trying to talk, right? And I've already told you. No. It's not that you're making sense or not. I've already told you that I'm not allowing you to talk simply because I want you to do something which you haven't done. So therefore, by you carrying on with your waffle, right, I'm giving you that opportunity to talk. But I'm not going to give you that opportunity to talk, so I'm going to stop you right there. When an inspector comes out, then he can tell me that. I'll tell him that what Inspector Creed says. We'll have that discussion there. Because as far as I'm concerned, I have been given the right to film here. No, I'm not talking to you no more. I'm telling you. Right? I've just told you.
Why let's have a conversation?
Don't worry about it. All right?
I don't understand why you're being
because I want you to go and sort out this first thing. You're not doing it. You're not doing your job. You're standing there, wasting time, my time, your time, everybody's time.
What I don't. Right? What's the reason for filming it? That's what I don't think you can. But what's the reason?
Well, it'd be a bit hard to draw stuff, so I've got my camera out.
They warn camera footage. The same two officers reappear and begin threatening Yardley with arrest, warning him about the specific offenses they claim they'll use if he doesn't leave the area.
What I'm saying to you, okay, all we need to know, or what we're happy with you doing, is filming, obviously, outside of the more public areas. That's absolutely fine. Don't stop you doing that, okay? All we ask, that under Section 68 of the Criminal Justice Public Order Act 1994, okay, is not to film...
Are you detaining me?
Not at the moment.
Are you giving me a caution? Stop telling me to listen.
I'm giving you a warning.
Stop. No. Are you cautioning me?
I'm not cautioning you.
Well then, I don't want to hear no section, nothing. Am I doing anything wrong? Am I doing anything wrong? No. Am I doing anything wrong? Am I doing anything wrong?
Registration plates are doing something wrong.
Listen, don't tell me that I was filming registrations plates, okay? Get some concrete evidence and then come and start telling me all these things. Otherwise, go away. You keep on. You just did.
I'm telling you, under that section.
Under what section? A section what? Doing what?
Is if you begin to start filming registration plates, keypads, people coming in and out of the building, it's obstructing the day-to-day business.
No, it's not. I'm not obstructing anybody, and I can stand in. Get lost. Do you know something? I can stand in a public place and I can film whatever I want.
Yeah. And we can arrest you for aggravating trespass. Okay. Yes, we can.
Get lost. You can't.
Yeah, we can, and we will do if you carry on.
Section 68 of the Criminal Justice and Public Order Act makes it an offense to trespass on private property with the intent to disrupt or obstruct lawful activity. But Yardley's situation was nothing like that. He was standing on public land, quietly filming, and not interfering with anyone. Recording number plates is not illegal. They're required by law to be visible in public. So even suggesting that Section 68 applied in this case showed a serious misunderstanding of the legislation. Instead of recognizing their mistake and walking it back, the officers doubled down. Moments after Yardley went inside to file a complaint, the very same two officers entered the building and arrested him under Section 68, Interview 6. Yardley's arrest under Section 68 didn't just fall apart, it ended up costing the police thousands. While Yardley walked away with $1,500 in compensation, the total bill for the force reached nearly $10,000 once legal fees. Court costs and VAT were added. And who paid for that? Not the officers who misused their powers, and not those who carried out the unlawful arrest, but the taxpayer. The public once again footed the bill for officers who failed to apply the law correctly. That's the real insult. When police overstep, it's ordinary people who pay the price. What makes it worse is how easily the entire situation could have been avoided. If the officers had stuck to the facts instead of their egos, there would have been no complaint, no lawsuit, and no wasted public funds. Instead, they dug in, defending an arrest that had no legal foundation, and when the case finally reached court, it collapsed completely. The force had no choice but to settle because trying to defend the indefensible would have cost even more. This case shows what happens when authority is mistaken for being above the law. Yardley wasn't trespassing. He was standing on public land, peacefully filming. Even if he had been on private property, trespass isn't a criminal offense. It's a civil matter. For Section 68,
Do these questions relevant?
Just curious to know how to treat you, what your experience is and what you may or may not know.
I'm not somebody who gets myself into trouble.
Okay, no, that's fine. Right, well, long story short, I'm a classic sergeant, so it's my job to look after you here, and I'm sure you're dealt with fairly as well.
Okay.
To that end, I'm going to ask obviously a few questions to find out why you're here, and I've got some questions for you, see how you're doing physically, mentally.
Okay.
Bearing in mind when I ask the officers about why you're here, that is them explaining why they've done what they've done. That's not an allegation to you for you to sort of necessarily reply to, okay? Because otherwise we'll end up in a conversation, I suspect.
aggravated trespass to apply, there first has to be trespass, and the officers couldn't prove it because it never happened. The defense wording in court made it clear. If someone isn't trespassing, Section 68 cannot apply. The law isn't based on police opinion. It's based on evidence, and in this case, there was none. Yardley wasn't obstructing, threatening, or interfering with anyone. The officers tried to stretch legislation that simply didn't fit, and the court saw right through it. To wrap up, Yardley was standing on public land, doing something completely lawful. Instead of recognizing that, officers tried to frame his presence as unlawful without any legal justification. That's more than just poor judgment. It's a dangerous mindset that treats personal discomfort as if it were the law. The misuse of Section 68 was the clearest failure. Aggravated trespass is designed for people who deliberately disrupt lawful activity on private property, not for someone quietly filming in a public space. Using it here wasn't about protecting order. It was about misusing legislation to criminalize lawful behavior. It exposed not only a lack of training, but a level of arrogance that crossed into abuse. Yardley's arrest said everything. He had simply gone back inside to file a complaint, something he had every right to do, and within minutes the same officers were back, placing him in handcuffs. Nothing had changed in that short time except one thing: he dared to challenge them. That made the arrest retaliatory, not lawful, and stripped away any credibility from their claims of maintaining the peace. The financial fallout only adds to the embarrassment. The force ended up paying compensation to Yardley and thousands more in legal costs. And once again, it wasn't the officers who bore the consequences. It was the public. Money that could have gone toward real policing was wasted defending conduct that should never have happened. Ultimately, this case proves how fragile policing becomes when procedure gives way to pride. Throughout the ordeal, Yardley remained calm, rational, and within the law, while the officers stumbled from one mistake to the next until frustration turned into an unlawful arrest. In the end, Yardley didn't just win in court. He proved on camera that when officers overreach, it's not the law that shields them, but the public who ends up paying for their mistakes. That's it for today's video. If you enjoyed this breakdown, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. It really helps support independent reporting like this. Also, be sure to check out Yardley Ski's channel using the link in the description. He deserves the recognition. Thanks for watching. This has been Rate the Audit. See you in the next one.